Hey everybody, welcome back to the movie Soapbox. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to review Mission Impossible 5, Rogue Nation, a movie that I really wasn't even looking all that forward to after they announced it, and I knew it was coming out this summer. But this franchise, I have to admit, keeps getting better and better with each entry, and this very well might be my favorite movie of the summer. I can't believe I'm actually saying that. When the first Mission Impossible it came out so many years ago, I thought it was kind of boring. The second one, they dumbed down the plot and made it just a big John Woo action fest. At the time, I was a John Woo fan rather. But on multiple viewings, the movie's really not all that good. Philip Seymour Hoffman as the villain in the third film really helped to elevate that into a solid entry. Fourth one, Ghost Protocol, rock solid. Tom Cruise killed it in that film, but I have to say this one's even better, and it's a must-see for this summer. Now this is going to be a spoiler-free review, and the great thing about these Mission Impossible films is you don't need to know what the plot is going into them. It's Ethan Hunt, Tom Cruise, he's a master spy, and him and his crew on the Impossible Mission Force have to get together and stop the bad guys that are out there with some nefarious plot to take over the world or release nerve gas or topple world governments. Who cares? This is a modern day, not even modern day, a James Bond film actually. And even though I know we're all looking forward to Spectre coming out later this winter, if you needed a summertime James Bond fix, Mission Impossible 5, Rogue Nation, well, there's your answer. The action scenes in this film are top notch, with one of the best car chases / motorcycle chases I've ever seen. Each of the Mission Impossible films seems to have that one signature, infiltration Tom Cruise solo scene where he's got to, get from A to B without being caught. This one is easily the best one in the series. I was at the edge of my seat, white knuckle, holding my breath the entire time. In all the trailers, they keep showing that scene with Tom Cruise. He's hanging on to the edge of the plane, like, Benji, open the door! And I thought that was going to be a big part of the movie. It's actually not. It's a very small part in the film, and although it's a great scene, even actually better, it comes across better when you actually see the full sequence of events. It's a small part in a much larger film. Don't think that just because you saw that, there's not anything else to offer. This has got action scenes and excitement in spades. You're going to love it. What I really liked about this one was actually the director's use of each of the characters in this film. With this being the fifth one, you could think that these characters would be getting tired over time. However, if anyone who's been watching them from the very beginning knows that aside from Tom Cruise, there's been a lot of piecemeal mixing and matching of characters in these films. I think they found the perfect combination as it stands right now. And the actors themselves seem to have really settled into their roles very well. So starting off with Tom Cruise. Now the man's like 50 at this point, but he has not missed a step. Tom Cruise is a movie star, and you completely buy into him being Ethan Hunt, this master spy who's going to accept these impossible missions and go out there no matter what the risk is, put life and limb on the line, and even if he doesn't make it out alive, it doesn't matter. He's a spy, and this is what he does. You completely believe him. You buy into his commitment, his fears going into this. This one is a little bit different because as you're going through the film, you get the sense that Ethan thinks, "Wow, I may have actually met my match in this." The bad guys in this film are really good. The main one is very understated and menacing, and he's got a henchman that is not some just cookie cutter bad guy. You actually kind of like this guy, and when he enters the room, there's always the sense of, okay, this guy's going to hurt someone really, really bad. Simon Pegg. If there's anyone out there who's a Simon Pegg fan or a big fan of his character Benji, the in-house computer guru in these Mission Impossible films, you're in for a treat. They step his character up to a field agent, and he is basically Tom Cruise's number 2 guy in this film. He's in every other scene that's in this movie. They step up his character, they give him a lot to do as Ethan's right-hand man in this. You totally buy him as someone who could be out in the field, taking care of these situations, and at the end of the day, he is a wonderful addition to the Mission Impossible film. Ving Rhames. Oh, they finally brought back my man Ving Rhames. In the last film, Ghost Protocol, he was sidelined until like the last 5 minutes of the film, and what seemed to be some kind of tacked on scene with him and Tom Cruise. I don't know exactly what the thought process was on that. He is Luther, he's the computer hacker of the team, and maybe they thought they would bring in Simon Pegg to replace him as a combination comedy relief and computer guru, but this time around they found the perfect tone of something for Luther to do, something for Benji to do, and the two work very well together. You see that each one has perhaps a different strength. In these Mission Impossible films, you probably do need two guys working all the tech and working with all the gadgets that are going to be, there to save your life essentially, step by step as you go through this. But they found a really good place for him in this film. He had plenty to do. He had a very endearing loyalty to Ethan Hunt in this film, which if you watch it, you see that comes out, and you see that he's not just Ethan's partner, he's Ethan's friend, which I thought was just really, really great. Now, despite how good the guys are in this film, the number one reason you need to go see Mission Impossible Rogue Nation is for Rebecca Ferguson. This lady crushes it in this film. She's a total badass in this movie, a complete wild card. You don't know where her loyalties lie. She's got some of the best action scenes in the movie. She's not some damsel in distress. They have her as Ethan Hunt's equal in this entire film, scene by scene, and you know that he knows it and she knows it, and it is a thrill to watch. I hope we do see a lot more of her. I love strong women in movies, and she just nails it. She's smart, she's capable, she'll kick your ass, and man, they gotta keep her around. So all those actors, along with some amazing set pieces, some edge-of-your-seat action scenes, all come together to make basically my favorite movie of the summer so far. Very surprised I'm saying that. As I said, my expectations going into this film were not really low, but they weren't great. Tom Cruise has earned his place as one of America's best movie stars. Incredibly likable. This film is very funny, thrilling, and has got a lot of surprises. I think you'll have a really good time with it. So, as I say, go get that big tub of popcorn. Go see it in the theater. To see it on the smaller screen, I think, would be doing yourself a disservice. Please subscribe to this channel. Comment below. I would love to hear what you have to say about this film or any of the other Mission Impossible films. And once again, welcome to the Movie Soapbox.